Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos. I wanted to start this series where I talk about my favorite products, and I wanted to do like a top 5 foundations, top 5 concealers, but I have used a bunch of products and I keep reaching out to these products more often than not, so I just wanted to share them with you. And so today's video is going to be about my top 5 foundations. I'm sure in my videos you must have seen me using them. I just wanted to make these videos and talk to you about why I like them and why they stand out, and yeah, and also probably it'll be helpful for you guys for a shade reference, because you know it is very difficult to buy foundations online. So yeah, I don't think these are in any particular order, but some of them are my favorites more than the others. If you want to know what are my top 5 foundations, then please keep on watching. This has been the most cult favorite foundation, and it would have been a sin if I did not include this in my top 5. The Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation. It's in the shade Toffee Caramel, that is 330. I don't know, I've purchased this about 4 or 5 times now, and in some it just says toffee, in some it just says toffee caramel. But I did realize that the first formulation that I bought, but that formulation was the best. I think I've used formulations after that, and I've never really liked them. I mean, I don't particularly know one reason, but it just doesn't feel as great as the first one. I think this is my most recent one, and I haven't used this in about 6 to 7 months. They've recently come up with some more shades, and they've changed the packaging. This is the one that's the old packaging where you know, dispense the product directly, but the new ones have the pump. Among the drugstore products, this is one of my favorites. I'm saying that because the rest of the foundations that I'm going to be talking about are all high-end, and I'm sorry, maybe I could make another top 5 with only drugstore products. The next foundation I want to talk about is this Clinique Even Better Glow foundation. This comes with an SPF 15. I've done a couple of videos with this on my IGTV. I really love this foundation. It's so lightweight, it feels like skin. This is in the shade Ginger, that is WN112. The reason I got this was one of my friends used to actually use the Clinique CC cream. I kept looking for it, but I couldn't find it. So I went to the Clinique store and I was like, I want that CC cream, and they were like, no ma'am, we don't have stock. And then later on they told me that that product had been discontinued. He showed me around the different products that they have that can be used on a daily basis. So that's when I bought this one, but unfortunately this one has expired. I bought this at the next Galleria mall at the Nykaa store, and I remember when I was buying it, I asked the guy that, you know, will it last me a long time? This hardly feels like anything. I think it's the packaging, but the quantity is 30 ml, but it seemed a lot smaller, and I was like, is this gonna last me even for like a couple of months? He's like, no ma'am, you know, a little will go a long way. And it really does. And the thing is, I haven't even completed it and it has expired. So I think I may have bought this about a year and a half ago at least, and I use this on a regular basis. And I used to use this for work as well because it's very lightweight and it's very easy to apply, and it sits on your face really well. This is like really expensive. I think it was about 3,250 rupees or something. I may not be repurchasing this. Instead, probably I would buy the MAC Face and Body because I really want to try that. But yeah, this is my second favorite foundation, not in that order, just random, but this is the second product that I wanted to talk about. The next foundation that I want to talk about is a high coverage foundation, and it is one of the most reputed foundation for high coverage, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It is the Huda Beauty foundation. This is the Huda Beauty 4 Filter foundation. I think this is the only foundation they have ever come up with, and I've had this ever since it released. And this one expires next year, so luckily I can still use it. I'm in the shade Toffee 420G. I wear this whenever I have to go for long shoots or for long days or long events and all of that. So yeah, it's a nice creamy foundation. Oxidizes just a tad bit, but it's just great. And I also love the packaging. Its pump is really great. I love everything about this foundation. What I do not like about this foundation is that it's got a very slight fragrance. I wouldn't mind fragrance in any of my other products actually, personally, but in my foundation it kind of lingers around throughout the day and I don't really like it for some reason. But it is manageable because it's a very, very negligible fragrance actually. But initially I was like, oh my god, why is this smelling so much? And the next foundation that I want to talk about is that I do not have with me right now, but I have been using it for about more than 2 years now, is the Fenty Beauty foundation. I don't have it with me right now because it's at my parents' place. It is one of the best foundations ever, except for the fact that it oxidizes like a crazy lot. And I got that from the US. My cousin sent it to me and she struggled a lot to find my shade, and she was so kind enough to like find it and struggle to find it and send it across to me. And I absolutely enjoyed that foundation. I mean, it just feels so luxe and so good when you wear that foundation. And the whole line, the whole brand, I'm a huge fan. It's a shame that Fenty doesn't ship to India, but I would do anything to just get my hands on it. But the only problem that I have with that foundation is that the pump went bad, which is why it's at my parents' place. I don't want to travel around with it and let the product loose or whatever. So I'm just trying to be very careful and keep the foundation so that I can use it at least at one place. That's the only problem that I have. And I've read a lot about that the Fenty foundation pumps get spoiled really quick. I don't know what's the problem with that, but I think they have a new packaging. I'm not sure. I think they have like a travel packaging, which I've not tried, but that is one of my favorite foundations. If you are buying a Fenty Beauty foundation, then you may want to go one shade down. Since I don't have Fenty, let's not count it on the top 5, but it is one of my favorites. The next foundation that I want to talk about is the Dior Face and Body Foundation. Oh my god, I mean, this foundation is so good. It just feels like skin, like it's like butter when you're trying to blend it all over your face. Actually, it's a very runny foundation. I think face and body foundations are meant for that. I've not used the MAC Face and Body, but is actually very light coverage. The way I use it is that I mix it with my higher coverage foundations to kind of make them more sheer. It just gives you that sheen on your face. It doesn't really give you a lot of coverage, and it doesn't blur out your face or anything as such. But if you have clear skin, like say I have like problematic skin on this side and not on this side, if I were to wear this foundation on my right, it would just give me a nice sheen on my face and like even out my skin tone more than give me coverage like on my spots or anything. It would just feel like my skin but better. The shade that I'm in is 5W, which is 5 warm. It's a tad bit darker for my skin tone. I do not quite have a problem with that because it kind of doesn't make my face flat. So I use a nice brightening concealer whenever I use this foundation all by itself, and then I just don't use a bronzer or anything because there's already so much of warmth on my face. So because it's so expensive, I don't use it on a daily basis, but it is a sheer coverage foundation. So if you can afford it and you can use it daily, then yeah, it is great for daily use is what I feel. Now for the last product for this video. This has probably been my most favorite foundation for years together, and no matter what foundation I'm trying at that point or in that period of time, I have to have one of these in my kitty. If I run out of it, I immediately buy it. Whether I use it or not, I just need to have it. It's like my fallback. and I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It is the MAC Studio Fix foundation. It's been my most loved foundation. The first ever high-end makeup product that I use, or as a foundation that I use. And I'm in the shade NC45, and I think I've finished about 4 to 5 bottles easily. And it's great for coverage. It's great, it stays on very long. It works well with other products. It works with powder products. It works with cream products really well. And I mean, it's the OG, and there is no denying that. For MAC foundations, I think there's one called MAC Water Weight Foundation. There is one called MAC Match Master. So every time I try to switch up and use something else just to try and understand, you know, anything else that goes well with me, I have always found myself coming back to this one. I think the one that I've used is MAC Match Master and MAC Water Weight Foundation. Both of them, I didn't really like them. One of them completely broke me out. That was the Match Master. I think luckily back then we could get testers from the MAC stores, and that's how I used it. Luckily I didn't buy the whole product, thank God. But yeah, so I've always gravitated towards this one, and I always have one of these in my makeup kitty. And I think it's a great investment for people who are looking for high coverage foundations. So yeah, those are my top 5 foundations, or top 6 foundations. I hope this video was helpful. I will be doing a top 5 concealers pretty soon, and I hope you like this video. I will be back with another video pretty soon. That's it for now. Bye.